Welcome back, folks, to Let's Replay Stonekeep. When last we left off, we're still exploring the Faerie realm, collecting various items that we need to solve puzzles.
I know I'm going to be sick.
And we may have heard Karzac scream in pure rage back when we met Murph. I've never heard Karzac scream in pure rage before, but I think something like that is pretty easy to identify. Speaking of handing items over and generally exploring the whimsical realm of the fairies, we need to go over here, because we need to hand over a daisy chain. And so, we'll just step forward and go over there. Fortunately, the spinning us round thing took us exactly where we need to go, to the north, and I'm very glad that we didn't suffer any damage by being flung into the wall. Either we're flung into the wall exceptionally softly, or the game would never model that anyway. So we're going to go this way, over here, and backtrack a tiny bit. We're actually getting rather close. I think we need to go this way, and then to here. Perhaps we may meet the fairy. Aha!
Shh, 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 shh. Quiet, please. The play is about to begin. But first, a message from our patron. That's you, Bunky.
We need to hand over one of the flowers that we've accumulated along our travels, and dependent upon which flower we hand over, we'll get a different song. Let's start with this one.
Ah, you want that story, hmm? Winkle, get ready.
What? No rehearsal? The Song of Wahuka, told by Winkle the Fairy with help from, of course, the fairy players.
Careful, George, I got blowguns. Row! Wahuka, wahuka, wahuka. Wahuka, wahuka, wahuka. Wahuka, wahuka, wahuka. Wahuka, wahuka, wahuka.
Who is Wahuka, mysterious stranger, savior, conspirator,
Cause of danger stronger than even the gods, say some.
Others say he's just a bum. Excuse me, I'm sorry, baby.
Sure.
Wahuka, wahuka, wahuka. Wahuka, wahuka, wahuka. Wahuka, wahuka, wahuka. Wahuka, wahuka, wahuka.
Lost Fairy of Atlantis may he be, king of goblins under the sea. Part frog shaman, avatar of Eves, saw the devastation.
if you please.
Wahuka, wahuka, wahuka. Wahuka, wahuka, wahuka. Wahuka, wahuka, wahuka. Wahuka, wahuka, wahuka.
Greedy little long-lost child loves his gems and magic wild. But is what he likes to say.
Tricks are what he likes to play.
Wahuka, wahuka, wahuka. Wahuka, wahuka, wahuka. Wahuka, wahuka, wahuka. Wahuka, wahuka, wahuka.
Great Wahuka, a force primal.
Making lines hard to rhyme all.
When all is finally done and said,
He's really just a big pooh head.
I'll tell you who he is. He's got foul body odor.
This performance of the fairy players may be repeated with the proper motivation. That means you pay us again, Sparky.
And off they go. The only downside of the performances is that the music for the level continues to play in the background, albeit very quietly. I do think I'll be recording them separately without the background music. But for now, we have to go and hand over a daisy chain. And we're going to mark that the fairies perform here, because we want to keep getting those performances at some point. There we go. We'll just mark that down, and we'll go this way. We have an item we need to hand over, and I'm pretty sure that you're going to be here.
You found it! Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you! Oh, you're really cute!
Now, which one of these do you want? Do you want the one that we picked up first, or the one that we picked up second? Let's try and hand this one over.
What, were you born in a cave? These are primroses.
Oh. And we had that thrown back at us. Fortunately, we have the one that you want, which is...
You know what they say? Roses down and twice around. I'll never find my daisy chain. You found it! Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you! Oh,
Hopefully we didn't need the other one. Let's hand this over.
Oh, thank you so much! For a reward, would you like a kiss or a prize? Hold out your hand if it's the prize.
I think we want the prize. This is a useful item.
Thanks!
No problem. We need to mark on the map that we have solved this one. Let's just delete this here. We need to do a lot of deleting, but eventually all of this will be gone. And then we need to delete that as well. Excellent. That is now gone. We have solved another thing. And we could now go, let's grab these back, and I hope we really didn't need that. Let's go and make that brew, shall we? And maybe we might encounter the Faerie players once more, especially if we go up there. We do need to go that way around, or we could go this way around. Let's quickly go over here anyway. They did not reappear. Fair enough, they may appear randomly, in various locations. We'll just go this way. It doesn't take long to get to where we need to go. After all, we did mark it down. And we also have another item that somebody wants. Just go over here. I think that may be where we want to go and hand over one thing, the book that we got. Over here we go, and all the way around. I'm sure that we'll be able to find where we're going just fine. Ooh, there's that scroll that we got before. We don't need it, though. There's also this. This keeps reappearing. And there's that as well. How did I miss that the first time around? I've no idea. But either way, let's keep going. Maybe one of each flower respawns at a regular interval after you've grabbed it, which would mean that you'd be able to constantly get repeat performances of the Faerie players' songs. Now, you wanted a drum. We don't have a drum, but we do have the items we need to get that brew. Just, which way was that? Was this the brew? That was the brew. We need to back up a tiny bit and go this way. Just double checking, we may be in the wrong area. No, time, moss, and a bottle. Let's assemble all of those items so that they're easy to grab. Here is what could count as a bottle. There is some time, and we need to get some moss. I think we have quite a bit of moss. Excellent. That should be sufficient. I think we have everything that we need, but we'll save just in case. We might hand over the wrong thing. You never know, and then it'll probably get thrown in our face. It's just a good thing that it's not an axe or something like that. There we go. We have the things for you.
Hand it over and stand back!
Alright, we'll hand this over first. Then we'll hand this over to you. And finally, this. Hopefully this is the right thing.
That's 3 for you, and I'm on the floor. Oh.
Excellent. We now have things. Mainly this. Let's go into our journal and find out exactly what this is. Decanter with a red brew. Marvellous. We can go and hand this over to somebody else so that we can get an item that we need. And I believe we need to go all the way over here. It's quite a trek, but I'm sure we'll be fine. And you needed the Tome of the Elves. We may actually have that item. Let's go and see if we have that item. After all we have is a book, apparently. Is this what you want?
Hi. No luck finding?
The last tome of the elves.
Oh, well, I hope it's not with the trolls. In case you go over there, here's something that might help.
Oh? Thank you. That will help us quite.
If you drive this in the ground, it will keep most trolls at bay.
Note that he said most trolls at bay. We were also warned of a really, really nasty troll. We need to keep in mind that we won't be able to keep the very nasty troll at bay with the iron spike. It does make sense that the iron spikes would keep the trolls at bay. After all, there are many legends of iron in some form or another being useful against the Fae. Let's just go over here. Unfortunately, we're going to have to go this way, but maybe we can hand an item over here, and with that, we can get something else. It's generally go get an item, and then go back and then get an item for the item that we just handed back. Let's go this way and see which way it flings us. It took us in the exact right direction. Is somebody going to appear here? Aha!
Gimme.
We will give it to you, don't worry, it is yours after all. Is this what you want?
I take back nearly all the bad things I said behind your back. Here, you'll figure out where to stick this, buddy. Oh yeah. Maybe it's unseen because it needs some flowers.
See ya.
Ah! That is a good clue. We have a key. Maybe it's unseen because it needs flowers. We're gonna have to remember that. We'll just, I hope that we put that on the key ring. Because if we didn't, we've lost the key, and I don't think we can get that back. Let us, delete this one, for we have found the poem book, but we have yet to find the last tome of the elves. Hopefully we'll find that. It does sound very dramatic, especially if you open the book and it says that every time. You are now opening the last tome of the elves. Meanwhile, time to hand over some brew.
Friend, pal, buddy, you brought me the brew!
We did, and we're going to give this brew to you. There you go.
Woo! Yes, thank you! This will help, but you know, you're really going to need a four-leaf clover just to see those trolls. Gotta run. See ya!
That is a useful hint. We've also gained another one of these hats. We're not going to be wearing two, but we can hand that over to somebody else. The only way we can go now is this way, and so we'll be going that way. We'll get rid of the fact that we need the brew, and we'll also get rid of the fact that we need this as well. We don't need that many more items. We need to find a drum, we need to find a book, and I think that's pretty much it. But we're going to have to find them in a different location, because we haven't yet located them as we're walking around. I think we want to go this way, and then east. It's going to be quite a lot of exploring yet before we find the other items. We want to go this way. We just need to keep checking in the fairy realm, because with the walls being as they are, it's quite easy to get lost if you're just walking around. We want to turn this way now. Excellent, into unknown territory, with lots of flowers. Ah, this place is quite dangerous.
Troll bridge, pay troll.
I am not a troll. I'm a fairy being, all right?
Yeah, now.
Hey, scumbuzzard, you making fun of me or what? Don't make me angry. You gonna pay?
Don't make me laugh, baby.
Laugh? Why, I ought to grab your neck.
Excuse me, what's the troll? Toll?
Beat it! I'm trying to decapitate this munchkin, all right? Get out of here. Go on through. Here's a token. Go.
Yeah, hey, you were supposed to take care of that squeak, big fella.
Me? What are you doing, sniffing paint? You were supposed to take care of that.
Was not.
Was to.
Was not.
Was to.
Was not.
Was to.
And off they go into the wall. You may notice that there are some remains over there. This is because this is the dangerous area of this floor. We're going to be exploring it. We're going to be equipping as much of this set as we possibly have, and you know what, Scuzz? You can wear that hat. We also want to wear... I think we can't do anything with this. No, we can't. Just having that is useful, because if we don't have that, we can't even see the trolls. What we want to have ready is we want to have one of these. For we are entering into dangerous territory.
Now this is a place for dwarfly dwarves. We will fight in this place, almost as good as a Shaga cave.
We are definitely going to be fighting in here. We need to find some items. We need to find the last tome of the elves. And we also need to find a drum. Hopefully the drum's not in here, but I think it is. What we want to do is keep dropping this periodically. The music for here, by the way, pretty good. Definitely conveys a sinister tone. We want to have this axe ready, because we want to do some throwing of that weapon. Alright, we don't have any shield skill. We will do at some point. Any trolls here? Not yet, although there are still flowers, just not as many. Forward we go. Very carefully and very cautiously. Constantly dropping this iron spike. You're collecting them as you go in the game, and you don't know what they're for. And then you find out. You wouldn't think that a place like the Faerie Realm has somewhere as dangerous as this. But it does. We're going to be grabbing all of this. You can hear that sound. That's a sound that we haven't heard for a long time. And it's a lot more dangerous to fight that enemy than other enemies, because that insect fires fireballs at us. We need the Orb of Faerie if we're going to figure out if there are any more foes around here. There is one enemy there, and one enemy there, and one enemy here. We need to be very careful. How many spikes do we have right now? Do we have one, or do we have 2 or 3? We're meant to have 3. Did I pick it up? That is a good question. The answer is I did not. Did I put it down here? I did. We want to hold on to this, and we want to make sure that that enemy doesn't fire lots of fire at us. Let's just quickly go over here, shall we? There is another one of these over here, but there's only one, and we will attack. Have at thee! It's really hard to hit this insect because it's very small. You could try and aim. It's not really that effective to do so. The amount of damage we're taking is actually not inconsequential. We'll just grab all of this, though. We were victorious, and there's only one of that enemy. But there's another one over here. Have at thee! And there we go. That is quite a lot of damage. Fortunately, we are well prepared to take care of trolls. We're not well prepared to take care of fireballs, though. The equipment that we're using doesn't really confer that much protection against fireballs. Just grab all of this and look around the corner. Anything down here at all? There's something. There's some more moss. We don't need more moss. We need to find a drum, and we need to find the last tome of the elves. Neither of which are found down here. But we're slowly exploring the dangerous part of this Faerie Realm. It's very dangerous. I may be making it look rather simple, but it's dangerous. Let's just quickly close the distance, because that fireball hurts a lot more than the damage we're being dealt here. Aha! Skull's got first blood there. And we just need to keep attacking here. Eventually we'll hit... Ouch! That hurt. We may need to leave to use our magic and then replenish it. Have at thee! Nearly hit. Aha! Skull's got the killing blow. We definitely need to do some healing. And I accidentally threw the axe. It's a good thing that the axe keeps coming back, eh? Where is our rune caster? Here it is. Marvellous. We'll just do a small bit of healing, because, ow, that hurt a lot. We're back to full, and Karzac is nearly at full health, and we have 0 magic left in that rune caster. Any enemies over here? Any trolls? Will they even appear on the Orb of Faerie's map? Now, there is a question. There's only one answer. Orb of Faerie, reveal to me. There is an enemy there. You can see the enemy on the corner there. We'll just grab this spike. Ready. And we'll put it here. And we'll get rid of that part of remains. I wonder who else has come in here. We're going to drop the spike here. And we're going to see if we can see this enemy from around the corner. The answer is no, it would seem not. Hello? Ah, it's a mushroom! I thought it would be an enemy that is not a mushroom. What do we have here? I've no idea what we have there. Let's have a look, shall we? We have a stick of charcoal. Ah, so that we can write down on the parchment. We do actually want to do that. But for now, we're just going to get rid of you. Have at thee! And now the mushroom is gone. And when we come back, folks, the whimsicalness of the fairy realm has faded just a little, as we're currently exploring the dangerous part of the fairy realm. The part full of trolls. That said, we haven't found a troll yet, but we will. And when we come back, folks, hopefully we'll do battle with one of the trolls. Karzac could certainly do with the combat. He's been itching to fight something since we arrived here, which makes me surprised that he didn't practice against Murph when Murph offered to train us in combat. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.